Hi. Let's think about a desire most of us in this room share together. It's this increasing desire to do stuff and to work from anywhere at any time on any device, and preferably even on the app of our choice. This is also true when we do want to interact with our financial service providers. It's a big challenge for them, especially for banks and insurance companies concerned about security and regulations. But it's a challenge that we at Qumram have overcome, and we are going to show you how we solve that. Qumram helps financial service companies to be regularly compliant on all new digital channels. And how are we helping? Qumram records the entire communication and interaction between the bank on all their digital channels and their clients and prospects. In fact, everyone who wants to interact with them over web, mobile, and social. Simon, the stage is yours.
Hi, I'm Simon, wealth manager of this super customer-oriented bank. As you have heard, we are letting our customers choose on which channels they interact with me, transact with our bank. In this demo, it will mostly be LinkedIn. In this list, you can see all my interactions on digital channels within the last 2 days. You see that our customers are using all different channels to interact with me. Facebook, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, to get advice, or even to do transactions. All these communication streams have been automatically categorized, making it very easy to find sessions of interest. For instance, I can just check all the sessions of a given customer of mine. Or I can go and check, well, what of my customers has actually interacted with myself over LinkedIn? I can also find out easily if I'm interested in what communication streams actually we were talking about this specific financial product, the Horizon Active Asset Allocation Fund. But let's drill down to a few sessions where actually a transaction has happened. So I'll just filter for transactions, and among these, I'm interested in the high amount ones. There's just one session remaining with Patrick, and we were communicating over LinkedIn. And now let's just have a look at how this session looked like. So I just hit the View Session button, and we immediately get into our replay cockpit. Qumram records and documents all digital channels from within a bank. This allows banks to engage and even do transactions with their customers on the channel of their choice, securely and compliantly. Here you can see the communication I had with Patrick, and when I just start how this looked like, this transaction that ultimately leads to an investment, it's, as you can see, literally like looking over my shoulders while I was chatting with Patrick. You can see how the mouse moves, how I click. You can see how I'm starting to type a message. You also experience the full visual reproduction of everything that has been visible, exactly the way I have seen it, regardless of what channel I've been using. On the top bar, you see this red ribbon informing the user, myself, that I'm currently being recorded. We inject that dynamically, and all you see here is done without the need of any client installation. On top of the screen, what looks like a movie player actually looks like a movie player because it behaves like a movie player. I can easily stop and play the session. I can just change to twice the replay speed. You can see that on top it's probably a little small as I did right now. And I can move forward and backward within the session. Let's do that and jump to a point of interest where I actually asked Patrick to confirm his investment of 100,000 Great British pound into the Dryada Sustainable Equity Fund. And we can just watch how his message appears confirming that transaction, and also thanking myself for being so convenient and for having such a convenient method of interaction. With all that data that we have, we can, of course, also do more. For example, we can cluster this data into an easy-to-view dashboard about all the relevant and critical sessions. I just have one quadrant showing me all the high-amount transactions that have happened. I can easily check and filter also on these. All this data we have also creates additional insight for internal audit or also management information systems. Until now, the use of social media for client-advisor communication has been blocked by compliance. However, Qumram has removed that barrier. Now Qumram supports the use of digital channels for these kind of interactions, allowing banks to engage on the channels that really matter. And in case an e-discovery case comes up, e-discovery is fast and reliable.
Wow. This is real Generation Y banking, when even the compliance officers and the forensic team can have a YouTube-like experience while investigating. Qumram empowers the bank, their employees, and their clients to embrace a true multi-channel engagement. Qumram solves the two biggest challenges financial service companies are facing today: being compliant and digital transformation. Qumram is already installed at 10 major Swiss financial service companies, including globally at UBS, which shows that compliance and digitization should and can happily coexist. This is just one of hundreds of examples of how Qumram helps the banks for compliant client engagement across all digital channels. We welcome you at our booth just across the hall. And thank you very much, Finoway. Thank you, Simon. Thank you all for listening.